Hey guys, what's going on? James here. In this video today, we're going to be going over two more players that have had top 30 visits with the Buccaneers recently in the pre-draft process. The first one is Texas A&M defensive tackle Shamar Turner. This was reported by ML Football. The other player that we're going to be going over today is South Carolina inside linebacker Demetrius Knight Jr. We've talked about him a lot here on the channel. This was per Tony Pauline. Let's go ahead and start off with, I guess we can start off with Demetrius Knight Jr. I think that is a fine place to start off here, okay? Because we have been talking a lot about Demetrius Knight, okay? Demetrius Knight Jr. We have mentioned him a good bit here on the channel. You guys know that I think he is a fine player. 6'2", 245 pounds, the 52nd player on Pro Football Focus's big board. As I say it in every video, this is the big board that I use, whether you like it or not. He is graded out, according to NFL.com, to eventually be a plus starter at the NFL level. He gets comparison to Jermaine Pratt, former Cincinnati Bengals linebacker. 4.58 40-yard dash, 31.5-inch vertical jump, a 9-foot 10-inch broad jump, and 22 reps on the bench press. Not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. And I have not been shy about saying, hey, I like Demetrius Knight Jr. He's an interesting player. I would have no qualms with the Buccaneers looking at the possibility of drafting him maybe in round number 2. Now, he is a bit older of a prospect. I do want to say that. He is 25 years old. His birthday is on January 4th. So he is an older prospect here at the NFL college to NFL level, okay? This is his 6th year because of all the COVID-19 stuff that had happened in the league, okay? But with that being said, I do understand that this young man is 25 years old, okay? He is a bit of an older prospect, but I like the upside with Knight. A 78.5 pass rush grade in 2024, an 85.4 run defense grade. That's near elite levels, guys. And a 74.9 coverage grade. That's very serviceable as well. He does have a missed tackle rate of 11%, which is a little high. A little high. He had 11 missed tackles in 2024, 12 in 2023. He had 64 total tackles in that 2024 season, 61 tackles in that 2023 season as well. He has played 14 snaps on the defensive line in 2024, 66 snaps in the slot, 2 snaps at cornerback, and 487 snaps in the box. So he is pretty much a traditional inside linebacker type of guy. Okay, that's just how he is. And I do think he is a guy that could have success. The run defense is good. I think the pass coverage is there enough to where you can work with it. He had 3 interceptions in 2023 while at Charlotte. He had 1 interception in 2024 at South Carolina as well. 8 tackles for loss this past season, 6 in 2023, 2 sacks in 2024, 1.5 in 2023 as well. 3 forced fumbles this past season also. Demetrius Knight Jr. seems like a guy, to me, who can do a little bit of everything, okay? And I think that with what the Buccaneers had at last year with, yes, Servassier Dennis showing some interesting things, but then getting hurt. KJ Britt really not offering a whole heck of a lot. And then just the rotation that they had of JJ Russell one week, Antonio Greer Jr. the next week, V Jones is in there another week because of all the different types of injuries. And then Deion Jones coming in for that playoff game. They need more stability at that position. Yes, Servassier Dennis is coming back from his injury. That will help. Yes, you also brought in Anthony Walker Jr. I believe that will help also. But I think that Demetrius Knight Jr. can be a big addition, right? Yes, you did bring back Levante David, but Levante David may very well be entering his last season of his NFL career. You need to start thinking about the future here. Does Servassier Dennis really speak to a number 1 inside linebacker? We're not sure yet. Now, Demetrius Knight Jr., I think, has better upside to fill in that type of role. Yes, even at the age of 25 years old, you got to think this dude's going to be 30 in just a few years. okay? But Levante David's 35 years old. So you would be looking at 10 years of DKJ, right? You'd be looking 10 years at a guy like that if he plays that long. So I would not be upset if you get to the second round, he's available, you go out, you pick a guy like that. Of course, it does obviously seem like the Buccaneers are interested in him. They did bring him in for a top 30 visit for a reason. So I would not be mad at the idea of Demetrius Knight Jr. at all. I think he could be a very productive player for this Bucs inside linebacker room and give them more stability. I think he would start day one also, by the way, next to David. I think he would. And I feel like he would do a good job in that role, especially as a run defender, but I think his coverage grades are very serviceable as well. The next guy that we're going to be looking at is the defensive lineman who the Buccaneers brought in, Shamar Turner, coming in at 59th on the Pro Football Focus big board, 6'4", 300 pounds. The only defensive lineman the Bucs have looked at so far to this point. And, you know, guys, I'm going to be honest. He did not have the best 2024. A pass rush grade of 60.8, a run defense grade of 64.3, a pass rush win rate of 6.2, a run stop grade of 7.9. That's good. In 2024, he had 2 sacks, 1 quarterback hit, 18 quarterback hurries. Had a much better year in 2023. Shamar Stewart did. I do want to preface that. Now, according to NFL.com, he is graded to eventually be a plus starter. Lance Zierlein compared him to Nnamdi Madubuike coming in. So a big run stopper type of guy. Okay, that is kind of what you are getting in a player like Shamar Stewart. And I like his ability to be more of a run defender on the defensive line side of the ball. I think that matters a little bit more, especially when you've got good pass rushers like Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea, and, you know, hey, Logan Hall did some work last year. To get a rotational type of guy, which whenever you're clocking in at the 59th, maybe that's like a round 3 guy. Maybe he could slip to round 3. I don't know. Maybe he could slip to round 4. I have no idea. But, like, I would be perfectly fine with the Bucs bringing in a big, young defensive lineman, again, at 6'4", 300 pounds, who can give you some run defense. I do like that. I think that he's a guy that, hey, you know, let's just take a look quick at the snaps here. 92 snaps in the A gap, 377 snaps in the B gap, 48 snaps over the tackle, 12 snaps outside the tackle, 3 off ball, which is just wild to me. Golly. Played more outside the tackle in 2023 where he had more success, so maybe that's where more of his role would be, is a outside defensive end. But it seems like you can work him inside in a 3-4 and have an outside linebacker stand up next to him, so he is to the left of the offensive tackle. You can work him in between into the guard as well. Like there's a lot of different things that you can do with Shamar Turner, and I think the Bucs recognize and appreciate that versatility with Turner on a defensive line that needs versatile guys. Or, you know, the Bucs love having versatile guys. Vita Vea has played defensive end at times for the Bucs. We could see the similar thing with a guy like Shamar Stewart as well. So that's Demetrius Knight Jr., guys. That's Shamar Stewart. What are your guys' thoughts and opinions on these two defensive players? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about it down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.